Assalamu alaikum class 10. Welcome to your class. And from today we are going to start chapter 6, which is basically the first chapter of your book. Its name is History of Pakistan. In this chapter we are going to read the events that took place after the creation of the Pakistan. Like in History of Pakistan part 1, we read about the events that took place before the creation of the Pakistan, but in this chapter we are going to read about the major events that happened after 1947. So from today we are going to start this chapter, and today we are going to solve the short question answers of this chapter. The questions are written and notes, as you can see they are displayed on the screen. I am going to explain all these questions into the simpler terms, and I hope it will be easier for you to attempt these questions. So if you look at the first question, it says that write two duties of the Union Council. Basically, Union Council is a part of the local government, and its job is to look at the affairs at the local level. It is very difficult for a common man to go and approach, the prime minister or the president or even the bigger officials. So the local government is established to solve those problems. For example, let's say it says that the duties of union councils include security arrangement and boundaries. For example, there is a society, a housing society, or a local mohalla. A union council will try to solve the problems of that community, of that society. Annual development programs that happen in that area, imposing taxes at the local level, and solving criminal and civil cases of small nature. Only the cases that are of the small nature, they can be solved by the union council. Similarly, the land and the family disputes. The next question says about the Washington Declaration. In 1999, Pakistan and India, they started fighting with each other, and a war was broken out. So a declaration was made. The president of US at that time was Bill Clinton. He made Pakistan and India to sign this ceasefire agreement, according to which Pakistan and India both stopped firing at the LOC, and in this way the war was settled down. And this declaration, this agreement, it is called Washington Declaration. The next question is about the President Ghulam Isa Khan. Why did he dismiss the Benazir Bhutto's government? Ghulam Isa Khan, there is a section in our constitution, it is says its name is 58 2b, and according to this section, the president can dissolve the assembly or can dismiss the government. So Ghulam Isa Khan, he used his power under this section, and he dismissed the Benazir Bhutto's government because she was accused of corruption, and in this way her government came to an end. Next questions ask about the two measurements that happened in the Musharraf's era for the women empowerment. When the government of Musharraf came, he worked enormously on the empowerment of women. The first female, her name was Shamshad Akhtar, she was made the governor of Pakistan States Bank. Similarly, women were appointed in Air Force as a fighter pilots. Prior to this time, prior to Musharraf's government, women were hired in army, in Air Force, but they were not hired as the fighter pilots. But for the first time in the Musharraf's era, women were appointed as the fighter jet pilots. Similarly, women were allowed to, contest election on the general seats. Before that, women would have the reserved seats. Musharraf also gave women small loans so they can start their own businesses. Under which law America discontinued the supply of defense armaments to Pakistan. Okay, when our nuclear program was started, Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, he was supervising this whole program. So in 1984, when Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan announced that now Pakistan has this technique of uranium enrichment, so when Pakistan announced this, India started its propaganda that, oh, Pakistan is going to make the nuclear bomb, Pakistan is a threat to the peace in the region, and this and that. So, all these countries that were against Pakistan, they formed allies and they pressured the US. And as a result of this announcement, US announced that the American F-16 and French aircraft Mirage, basically these are the jets, fighter jets, and Pakistan had, this agreement with America that America will provide these jets to the Pakistan. But America announced that since Pakistan is working on its nuclear technology, so now we are not going to provide these jets to Pakistan, and this way they discontinued the supply of defense armaments to Pakistan. Lahore Declaration. This happened when Pakistan and India started, this friendship movement with each other. At that time, the Prime Minister of India, his name was Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He visited Lahore through bus, and in that time period, the Prime Minister of Pakistan was Nawaz Sharif. So, the Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he visited the Pakistan. He visited the Lahore through a bus, and this bus service was started from Lahore to India, and it used to be a joint communique, and this part is called the Lahore Declaration. Why is 1973 constitution called the federal constitution? Basically, Pakistan is a federal state. So in 1973 constitution, it says that Pakistan is a federal state and it will have the four provinces. These four provinces will be given complete autonomy. Autonomy means independence. They will be free to make their own decisions. There will be a federal government and it will supervise the provincial governments. So, a country in which the provinces are given this autonomy to decide, that country is called the federal constitution. And by according to the constitution of Pakistan, Pakistan is a federal state. Next question says that what was the limit of agricultural land which Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto fixed for the individual holding in the time period of the Zulfikar Ali Bhutto? He imposed this idea that there should be a limit of the land that should be owned by a person. 150 acres of land irrigated by natural rains. Okay, there are two types of the rain. There are two types of the lands जो आपकी एग्रीकल्चरल लैंड होती हैं इन विच यू ग्रो द क्रॉप्स, उनकी बात हो रही है. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू जुल्फ़िकार अली भुट्टो, अगर ज़मीन को कैनाल के ज़रिए यानी नहर के ज़रिए पानी मिल रहा है तो उसकी लिमिट 150 एकड़ होगी, 150 एकड़. और अगर उसको बारिश का पानी मिल रहा है यानी कि वहाँ तक नहरों का पानी नहीं पहुँचता, तो फिर 300 एकड़ की लिमिट होगी. और अगर किसी के पास 150 और 300 एकड़ से ज़्यादा की ज़मीन होगी तो गवर्नमेंट विल टेक इट ओवर एंड इट विल गिव द एक्स्ट्रा लैंड टू द अदर नीडी एंड पुअर पीपल. You see, it says that by March 1976, 1.5 million acres of land was distributed to the farmer. ये वो एक्स्ट्रा ज़मीन थी जो गवर्नमेंट ने उन लोगों से ले ली थी और उनको लेकर फिर गरीब किसानों में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया था. अंडर विच अमाउंट्स वर हबीब बैंक एंड यूबीएल प्राइवेटाइज्ड. मुशर्रफ की गवर्नमेंट आने से पहले जिस वक्त बेनज़ीर और नवाज शरीफ की गवर्नमेंट थी तो उन लोगों ने पॉवर्टी को एंड करने के लिए और बैरूनी कर्जे उतारने के लिए ये एक मूवमेंट स्टार्ट कर दी जी कि अपने कौमी जो असासे हैं उनको बेचना स्टार्ट कर दिया. तो इसी तहरीक के दौरान दे सोल्ड यूबीएल एंड यूबीएल और उसके साथ हबीब बैंक जो था, प्रीवियसली दे वर स्टेट ओन्ड बैंक्स, बट बेनज़ीर एंड नवाज शरीफ सोल्ड इट और उससे मिलने वाले जो पैसे हैं वो फिर उन्होंने कर्ज़ा उतारने के लिए कहा था कि हम इसको इस्तेमाल करेंगे. हबीब बैंक वॉज सोल्ड फॉर ओनली 22 बिलियन, 22 अरब में, और यूबीएल वॉज सोल्ड ओनली फॉर 13 बिलियन, 13 अरब में उसको बेच दिया गया था. इन विच इलेक्शन वॉज ग्रेजुएशन मेड कंडीशनल फॉर द कैंडिडेट्स. परवेज़ मुशर्रफ के एरा से पहले हमारी असम्बली के अंदर कौन इलेक्ट होके बैठेगा इसके लिए कोई एजुकेशन की लिमिट नहीं होती थी. कोई मैट्रिक फेल भी अगर इलेक्शन लड़ता था, पास होता था, तो जाके वो बैठ सकता था. बट इन 2002 जब मुशर्रफ की गवर्नमेंट आई तो उसने इस चीज़ को, रूल को इम्पोज़ किया کہ صرف وہ لوگ جن کے پاس گریجویشن یعنی کہ 14 ایئرس آف ایجوکیشن انہوں نے کمپلیٹ کی ہوگی، اونلی دوز پیپل ول بی الاؤڈ ٹو کنٹیسٹ دا الیکشن، اونلی دوز پیپل ول سٹ ان دا نیشنل اسمبلی. So student, today we have completed the short question answers. Please go through it, اور the notes are also provided. آپ اس نوٹ سے اپنی تیاری کر سکتے ہیں. And in next class we will start the long question answer of this chapter. Take care.